Big night last night here on Newsmax. Our primetime host, Greg Kelly, now at 9 p.m. Eastern. His new time slot premiered last night. And host of Greg Kelly Reports, Greg, my friend, is joining us now. Good to see you, Greg. I love the new time slot, although I think people would watch you anytime, anywhere, personally.
Well, thank you, Bianca. Same goes to you. This is a fantastic show. It's great to be with you. I'm very proud of what we do here at Newsmax. And yes, the hour that I am involved in, Greg Kelly Reports, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock on the West Coast. And it's a forum for freedom. We exercise our freedom. We defend freedom, I hope, in some degree. And we call on the viewer, they've got to participate. We could just watch us on TV. I've done that for a big chunk of my career, but there are things we can do to make a difference, whether it's writing a letter or writing a check, big or small, to the candidate of your choice or the political action committee of your choice. I do believe that everything's on the line with this election, and we can't just sit back and watch it on TV. We all have to be involved in some way, big or small.
I agree. This is a critical election for the fate of our nation, Greg. And you always get to the heart of the matter. I do want to get your reaction to what's happening when we just reported on Enrique Tarrio and hard time for these folks for enhancements of terrorists. You know yourself, your father is a former commissioner of New York Police. Terrorism enhancements here for people in the Proud Boys. When we have a D.C. jury pool like what Logan just reported on with Peter Navarro's case, when we have judges in D.C. who are handing down these sentences for folks, a lot of people say we're at a very dangerous time in our country where the rule of law has been weaponized.
Yes. Now, first, obviously, January 6th was a bad day, and anybody who hurt a cop or broke property needs to be punished. However, they've gone completely, totally bizarro overboard with January 6th. Weaponizing it, emotionalizing it, right? I mean, we had 2 months of hearings, some of them in prime time, where basic fundamental questions weren't answered and they weren't even asked. Details about Ashley Babbitt's death, details, why were the doors allowed open in certain circumstances? What about those flash grenades? Enrique Tarrio, I'm deeply suspicious, and I'm hopeful that the President Trump, someone reviews this case. The sentence seems absurd for a nonviolent offense. I'm suspicious for a lot of reasons also. I mean, this is a man who went to jail for burning a Black Lives Matter flag. He went, I think, for 6 months. Maybe if it were an American flag, he wouldn't be in trouble. I've been told that the Proud Boys are white supremacists. That's not true. This is an Afro-Cuban individual. It's full of non-white people in the Proud Boys. They've been lied about, they've been smeared, and I am not comfortable at all. Granted, I did not sit in that trial.
Right.
Very few people did. Very little coverage from the mainstream media, so keep your eye on this. I doubt very highly that he's going to go to jail for 22 years. I think there will be some sort of relief at some point.
Yeah, let's hope so. Let's talk a little bit about something that unfolded yesterday in the White House with our current president. I know you're also have served our nation proudly, but President Biden walked out of the Medal of Honor ceremony, Greg, before it was finished. It's again apparent that it's not only disrespect for the military, he doesn't really understand where he is. I just want to play this clip again for the viewers. So, on the stage, Army Captain Larry Taylor awarded for his heroics during a '68 battle in Vietnam, and he's left by himself there by the commander-in-chief. It's hard to watch this, and it's just also clearly there's something wrong with Joe Biden, whether it's getting up from interviews and wandering off after press conferences at FEMA just days ago, Greg. There's definitely, enough evidence here to suggest there's some cognitive issues.
Oh, for sure. And he's getting the very basic stuff wrong, all right? The ceremonial stuff, stand here. Don't make jokes at a national disaster, a natural disaster like Maui. Don't talk about yourself too much. Don't look at your watch in the middle of a funeral. Those are the basics of decorum that everybody understands. I mean, everybody. Man on the street, anyone, I think, could do a better job than than this president at the basics, the things that he was supposed to be good at, right? You know, grieving, the counselor in chief, all this stuff. The doctor told me, actually, yes, his judgment, not judgment in terms of policy, but the judgment about what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, that's gone. It's indicative of a more serious problem. I will say, I don't think that was deliberate disrespect to that soldier, that hero, Captain Taylor. I don't think he meant that, but he obviously wasn't supposed to leave. And it is kind of embarrassing, but they're covering it up, as you know. Mainstream media just, they see it, they know about it, they talk about it amongst themselves, but they won't tell their viewers for some reason.
No, but we certainly will hear. It's been a great year for you. I also I want to remind folks you have a great book out. The read was amazing. I got to see you in Florida when you unveiled it. You were down here with your dad, and I know that you're doing a tremendous show every night here on Newsmax. What do you got for us tonight, Greg?
Still a work in progress. We're putting we've got a ways to go, but Congressman Comer will be with us.
Now that is
House Oversight Committee Chair. And, well, he always has something big, and I think he wants to say something about the alias, the pseudonyms that Joe Biden was using as vice president. Very, very bizarre. We're happy to have him back, friend of Newsmax, and I will also say I'm very grateful to Newsmax. Get to work with people like you. We get to talk about freedom, and we get to, politically incorrect, whatever you want to call it. We can talk about the truth in ways that a lot of people can't in society today, in media or at the bus depot. And I'm very grateful to the folks at Newsmax, especially our CEO, Mr. Ruddy. He made this all happen.
He sure did, as am I. This is a very special network where we can have open discourse like this, and important ones as well. Greg will be watching you tonight. Thanks. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you.